Hello everyone and welcome back to Knaveswell Extended. Yes, it is Knaveswell. Just making clear because yesterday I wasn't thinking straight. I do go into that kind of mode sometimes. I just sort of say stuff without thinking. And I said Chellington Extended. So yeah, it is definitely Knaveswell Farm. So today on Knaveswell Farm, we're going to, first of all, put the front loader bracket on the tractor. Otherwise it looks terrible. And then we're going to buy a water bowser. Now the water bowser which we're going to go for, I think is going to be from the Universal Tank Pack. The what's it called? Let me just check. The Universal Tanks, here we go. So you can get it as a lorry if you want to, but we obviously can't afford anything like that. You can also get something like this here, but it just might be a bit too small for our needs. It will do what we need it to do, but it is obviously small. We do already have one of these trailers. I think it's this one here. Yes, this one here. It is only £45 because it was edited to replace another one which we had. That isn't the default price. I did that manually. So ideally we need to go for something a bit more realistic. For example, this one here, £25,000. And we just need to sell a few bales to be able to afford that. So that is probably the best one to go for. So what I'm going to do is go left out of here over to our stack of silage bales. I'm going to pick some up and sell them. Right, so here we are. The price of these is lower than what it is if you don't have the bale extension mod, I think it's called, on. This means that they're only £2,676 each, whereas before they would be around £6,500, I think. But if we were to sell all of those, plus the one which rolled away, we'll get quite a bit of money there. So maybe we should get a trailer. That would be very handy. So I'll run back to the farm, get a trailer, we'll load it up, and then we'll sell it. Right, so it was actually quite a bit further than I expected. We put this here yesterday. I was sort of expecting to use it again here, but no, we need it over at Knaveswell Farm. It always tends to be the opposite of what I say. Right, the terrible cornering here. Yep, it's very difficult with this trailer. You can get around, but you're sort of rubbing alongside all those posts which are in there. What I could really do with is a bale trailer with a locking script, but obviously much smaller, because this one is just too big. I don't know if there is one. I probably should take a look, but we do need something because this one is just far too long for these roads. The turnings are just too narrow, the gateways are narrow, and most of the time I crash, which does not look good at all. There's the fly. So yeah, this is a very narrow entrance once again, but luckily in our favour this is a grass field which amazingly isn't owned by us, despite us storing our bales just there. When we can afford it, we'll buy this field because it is obviously one we're going to use quite a bit. We did own it before on the basic or standard version of Knaveswell Farm, but we don't own it anymore. And as you can see, this isn't the best terrain to be loading on because it's not level and it's going to really roll the bales away. Right, so enough messing about, we'll just have to put it here I think, and if we've got the automatic locking script on we'll be okay anyway. So over to the John Deere. Probably shouldn't have left it on all that time. Let's try and pull one of these stacks over. Probably burst them in real life, but as we're going to be selling them anyway, it doesn't really matter. Oh no. There we go. Never been good with the bales. So I'm going to put one first because the other two are very close together. Actually, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's aligned quite well. It's on the wrong spike. Right, so if we can pick both of these two up together, then this will really speed things up a bit. There we go. Okay, no, that's just not gone to plan at all. I tried to pick up both of them together. It looked like it was going to go okay, but then they rolled off and disappeared into the cow field. So that is just a total failure. Me and bales do not go well together. I think I've probably mentioned that a few times before. So I'm just going to do this really roughly, and then we'll strap them on. When we do strap them on, it will look much neater, which is okay. So this is the other one which rolled away. I brought it back and it fell off again. So there's 3. Oh, stay on there. I hate these bales, I'm so rubbish at them. Okay, bale number 4. What could possibly go wrong this time? Ah, I knocked the other stack over. I'm not honestly trying not to do that, but I don't know. I just can't do bales. Some days I'm worse than other days. Today is not a good day, so I probably shouldn't have decided to do this today. Right, there we go. Let's try and pick one of these up. They do need to be over anyway, I suppose. It's just going to make them harder to pick up. It's alright, I'll do some of this off screen. It can be quite painful to watch. Yeah, when we get this on the trailer, we'll be pretty much done. Okay, so they did roll away again. This is the final bale. As you can see, most of them are strapped on, with the exception of this one. But there we go, it is on, and we have emptied this complex. We can now bring more bales to here if we need to. I'm sure we'll be doing some more in the future. I'm going to switch this tractor's engine off because I don't know if we're going to use it again today. We'll get that one strapped on too. So there we go, that looks much neater. If only I could stack like that, you know, just without having to use any kind of locking script. If I could stack them perfectly and then strap them on like you are going to in FS17, then that would be brilliant. But unfortunately, I'm nowhere near as good as that, so that is never going to happen. Right, so the unload assist has appeared. We'll get rid of that because it doesn't look very good when you're trying to drive. And we're going to go and take these over to the bale sell point and see how much money we can get. Okay, so here we are, just reversing into the sell point over at Knaveswell store. Going to reverse in, then pull forward, and with a bit of luck they'll sell and we'll get maximum money for these. So we'll set that to the back. There we go, and hopefully, yes. So that was pretty good, and we do now have enough money for the tanker. So I'm going to leave the trailer in here. All of this just for some water, but it is very essential. Right, so if we go into here, press universal tanks, and then this one here, we need at least 50 horsepower, we should be okay. We're going to buy it, and because this is the one which is carrying water, it probably should be blue. We do have the other one which is just the standard stock colour. That's fine, that's for diesel. So probably this one, that should look quite nice. Yes, there we go. It's not very big, but it doesn't need to be. It's still bigger than the standard base game one. There we go. And now all we need is water. So we'll fill it up and then take it over to the cows. I think you can change the wheels. You certainly could on the other one. Let me just see. Yes, you can. You press 4. Oh, okay, that's the tractor. Let's try again. Maybe you can't then. Possibly not. Thought you could do. You definitely can on the medium-sized one. but it doesn't matter anyway, because this is a good enough tread for us. The frame rate really does seem to have improved. I don't know if it's something I've done, I suppose it must be, but it is a lot better than it was before, which is a good thing because I didn't really like the frame rate drops before. Right, so where is the water refill point? I must have been to it so many times, but I've just forgotten where it is. It could be around the back. Yeah, can't see it. It probably isn't here. It is the John Deere Forager, which is rented, because a few episodes back I said, what is the Pottinger Mech6? And because it's a reskin, it still has the original name. I've got myself in a bit of a pickle here. Lots of failing going on today. There we go. So yeah, Knaveswell version 1. You didn't have to give the animals any water, so water refill points weren't really necessary, but I don't know where they are. So I'm going to have to go and find them. They were probably at the store where I got this from. Probably just wasted 5 minutes. If not, we'll go over to the other farm. I would have thought there would be one there. Okay, so I've just been driving around for many minutes and I can't find a water fill point. Usually, if you've got a water source like the sea or a river, if it's using the real water plane, you can refill them from that, but I don't think this map is doing, so refilling it from that is out of the question. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have a refill point, it's just I've been to many places and I can't see one. So it'll be disappointing if there isn't one, because we do need it today, but as this is the pre-release version it might not have been implemented yet, or I could just be totally blind, which is, yes, more likely than it being missed off, I think. So yeah, if I just keep an eye out, then hopefully I'll come across something, but yeah, there is still the possibility that it hasn't been put in. Okay, so I've just been doing a bit of research to see if I could find any kind of forum topic which says where the trigger is. You can actually go on Giants Editor and find it that way. I haven't done that because I obviously found a result, and apparently there is a trigger in the middle of the river on the other side of the map. It would be, because that's just how it is with me, it's always the furthest point, but it is between, as far as I'm aware, field number 16 and number 17 in the river. So obviously we need to try this. I'm not going to give up that easily, and hopefully we will discover the water fill point. Usually there is a tap, but I just can't see a tap. Unless it's like in these IBCs or something, but I'm pretty sure they are for seed, fertiliser, not seed. Yes, fertiliser. So we begin the journey across the map. Looking forward to seeing this really, because as far as I'm aware this was actually in Knaveswell version 1 as well. I couldn't find it at all in that one, so if it's still here from before, then yeah, I have been missing something. It's not the first entrance, it's the second one, and then we have to sort of cut across the field to get to it. There will likely be a gate across somewhere around here. Here we go. Right, so if we just drive across whoever this farmer's field is, and hopefully we'll be able to discover the water. Hopefully. That is the plan, because we're desperate. They're desperate for water. It should be down here, from what I can work out. So if we open the gate up and drive through, with a bit of luck, it's going to be in here. Oh yes, fantastic. So it is just, actually that doesn't look very good, braking the tractors back. We'll go like this, put the handbrake on, we'll do it properly. And yes, we have finally found the water source. So yeah, I don't think I would have found that out, to be honest, unless I'd been in Giants Editor. I have to thank FSUK, whoever it was. Who was it? Let me just go and check. I'll go and find out the username of the person who said thank you to, I think the username is Acuenzi or Akunzi, I'm not sure. I don't want to offend anyone, but yes, that is the general pronunciation of the person. So thank you to them. Right, oh great. This was bound to happen, the tractor is a bit too small. Now we just need to cross the water again. Hopefully we'll be okay. I'll put four-wheel drive on. We should be able to do it without diff lock. There we go. And finally we'll shut the gate, so whoever's farm this is doesn't know that we've been here, hopefully. Okay, it's a bit muddy going up here. Flat out. That's in two-wheel drive and it managed it. Good tractor. So we're left with a very impressive, or not very impressive, £245. We do need to work on this. The dried grain which we have, still trying to figure out how to get out of there. Apparently any in-game trailer script should work, but the Marston one didn't, so I might have to just get like the standard in-game Brantner trailer or something like that. That should work. Shut the gates here as well. And except for the time marks, there is no trace that we've been here. Off we go. So the cows are finally going to get some water. I think you do need to give the sheep water too. We'll have to make sure we know. Yes, you do. They do have some water, but the cows don't have any. I did give the cows some in the XML file when we transferred them, but for some reason they lost all of their feed and all of their water. But yeah, they do have the mixed ration from yesterday. That hasn't disappeared. So I don't know why it disappeared before. No idea. But hopefully it won't disappear again. So the sheep wool pallet is still full. I did move the first one, but I think the location has moved. So that is why it's still showing 100%. But with this tanker we can carry 10,000 litres of water. And luckily river water. I didn't look. Did it charge us for it or was it free? I think it should have been free, but I didn't look. Now this is something we need to find out. Is there an entrance to the cow field from this side? I think there is, and it would be a lot better than going through the yard. Yes, there is, but it is sort of, well, hard to get around the corner here. Good job it's a relatively small trailer. Oh, I've just crashed into a post. Here we are, cows, we have got your water. It has been long awaited. So usually you have to go this side of the trough for it to unload. Oh, let's just make that a bit more realistic. We'll try and get it to fill straight in instead of onto the ground. Yeah, it's roughly going in. Let's see it fill up then. Wow. They're going to require quite a bit. We need to leave some for the sheep. They have like a puddle. I'll tell you what, we'll give the cows 80% because they're very thirsty, and the sheep just 20% because they already have some and they don't consume as much. Hello cow, walking through the tanker. Yeah, 80% should go quite a long way. But ideally, we do need to fill it. So the moment that hits 20%, I'm going to stop it. There we go. Oh, 19%. Oh well, doesn't matter. They already have some. So where are my sheep? They seem to have left their field. I think they've actually moved to a totally different yard. But that is the cows watered and fed. Now be productive. Right, oh, there's always a cow in the way. Let's try and get out of here without crashing. We better shut the gate as well. So just open the door, quickly jump out of it. We sort of slip through a very narrow gap in that door. We must be very skinny. Now over to the sheep. Now the sheep are in the red box, which is near field number 39. They're very static sheep. They could be statues, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, they do need to have their water. So this is the best way of getting to the sheep. Instead of going straight on at the T-junction, we sort of merge off there, and we eventually get to the farm, which is on the opposite side of the road to here. This tractor is almost the right size for the tanker, but it is pushing it quite a bit. Oh, sorry, there's a pickup right there. I think we got away with it. They crash into me all the time anyway. Right, that's a field. This is the farm just here. Take it a bit steady because it's a bit bumpy. And there should be a water trough somewhere, or we just dump it in front of them. Nope, not there. That's for the feed. So they must have a trough somewhere else. Let me just try and find it. This is the problem when I'm new to the map, because I don't really know where anything is. They will have a trough, just where is it? I have found the trough, and I have also found the full wool pallet. The pallet is there in front of us, as you've probably already noticed, and the trough is back there. And those are the animated sheep. I was beginning to worry about this lot here. They don't seem to move much at all. So that is good news. We have found the living sheep. But to get to them, as far as I'm aware, you have to go out of here. There might be a back way, but I think, yeah, we'll just go this way. The way we know, because otherwise it's going to be chaotic. And also going this way, it means that I can stop off the road and then open the gate. Should be 2 gates to go through. So we're going to here. And there should be a gate at the top end. We do own this field, so this would be a very good one to hay bale. And while we're in the sheep field, we'll also check and see if there is another entrance or not. No, I don't think there is actually. No, that is the only entrance. As you can see, they've already got some water in here, but they do need some grass quite desperately. So that could be a job for next week, or it will be. So there's your 20%. We'll have to give them some more next week, and yeah, at the same time as doing the feed, we'll do it. As I do know where the water fill point is. That is a good job, because otherwise, if that hadn't been on that forum topic, I'd have probably been searching Giants Editor for like 20 minutes or something, maybe half an hour. I'm not very good when it comes to stuff like that, but I do know, I kind of know my way around Giants Editor. I wouldn't be able to use it very well. I used to make maps on it back when, well, back in FS09 I think it was. Yeah, I did a few. But to be honest, I wouldn't really know where to start these days. I gave up with the map making and left it to the professionals. I then moved on to video making instead. And that was by accident, believe it or not. I just thought one day, oh, you know what, let's just go and put a video on YouTube and see what happens. Oh, car. And well, look what happens these days. Cause chaos. But yeah, at the time I thought, oh, might as well. Got nothing else to do, let's just record a video, I'm bored. So I recorded a video, I think it was about how to cut a tree down in Farming Simulator. And it didn't do very well, because it was a rubbish video. But for some reason, people started to subscribe, so I did more videos. And then they were rubbish as well, but people liked them, so I did more. And that's where we are today. So I'm going to leave this tractor here. just in the middle of the yard, because next week when we return, I'll be going straight off in that again to refill it. And we'll also be doing the sheep's feed. We better go and shut the gate over here though. We're a fit farmer, so we can jump the wall. So with our atrocious bank balance there, we're going to leave it on, well, a bit of a low note really, but at least we have found the water fill point. We've watered the sheep, we've given the cows some water as well. I've also failed at some bale stacking, and we have sold some bales. So lots of things have been done today. We'll also move that pallet next week. But despite the failing, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I've learnt something new today. So yeah, until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll be back on Thornton Farm tomorrow. Until then, thanks again, and see you again soon. Bye for now.